Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and I've been having this mini series where we look at controversial skins within Overwatch 2. But since the Overwatch League playoffs and grand finals are taking place this weekend, I wanted to talk about the most controversial Overwatch League skins to come into the game. Some of these skins have been related to specific players and teams, and some of these skins have been related to the Overwatch League as a whole. But I want you to comment down below if you have any of these skins and if you think they deserve the controversy that they stirred up. And what better way to start off this video than to talk about a controversial skin that literally came out 2 days ago. And what I'm talking about is the Chain King Reaper skin. Now, when you first look at this skin, you might be wondering, well, how is this skin controversial? And you also might be wondering, wait, how is this an Overwatch League skin? And that's part of the reason why it stirred up a little bit of drama this week, is because when you first look at it, you really wouldn't be able to tell whose skin this belongs to within the Overwatch League. You wouldn't even be able to tell that this was an Overwatch League skin. In fact, some people might look at this skin as just a Halloween themed skin for Reaper. And I have a theory that I'll save at the very end of this segment, but in case you guys don't know, Chain King Reaper was the Dallas Fuel's championship skin. Every single team that wins the Overwatch League Grand Finals gets a commemorative skin made within the game. And in the past, we had the Len Spitfire Winston skin, then we had 2 San Francisco Shock skins with Doomfist and Roadhog, and then we had the Sombra Shanghai Dragon skin. And all of them have some pretty obvious calls, with the exception of maybe Doomfist, where you kind of got to look at the Doomfist belt loop to see the SF and the Shock logo on his head, and whenever he ults, you see that same SF logo there in the ground. However, when Chain King Reaper first came out, a lot of questions were being asked, like, what does this have to do with the Dallas Fuel? And the artist who made this skin, who goes by the name of Armando, who made countless fan favorite skins over the past years, came out on Twitter and actually explained what the inspiration was. And he says that the blue flame is supposed to represent the Fuel's logo and name, and the crown was inspired by the trophy from the Overwatch League. And while I can appreciate the hidden details, another reason why this skin became so controversial is the price and the time of its release. Every championship skin up until this point was sold for 200 League tokens and was sold around 6 months after the grand finals concluded. But when it came to the Dallas Fuel, they're selling this skin for 300 to 500 League tokens. But the real kicker here is that it took 10 months for them to release this skin. And while I can appreciate the artists taking their time to make some of these skins, I do feel like it's a little bit unfair for the Dallas Fuel to wait this long for their championship skin when they're already in the next playoffs where they could possibly win another grand finals championship skin. While the skin looks great and is admittedly the least controversial in this video, my theory as to why this skin came about the way that it did is that this could have been a throwaway Halloween Reaper skin that they repurposed to make for the Dallas Fuel championship skin and just changed the flame's hue to match the Fuel's colors and gave them an Overwatch League trophy crown. But once again, that's just the theory. A wrong theory probably. But I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the most controversial Overwatch League skin, but just Overwatch skin as a whole, and that is Alien Zarya. Now, I'm not going to talk about this skin in full detail as to why it became so controversial. One, because that'll just bring down the mood of the video, but 2, I already did it in a separate video if you really want to find out more details about it. But what I will talk about are the changes that this skin did receive due to its controversy, because it kind of went a little bit unnoticed because it was already a detail that was already unnoticeable. But on the sleeve of Alien Zarya in a black unbossed design, you could see the San Francisco Shock trophy along with an MVP trophy. But after Blizzard decided to give back the League tokens to anybody that wanted to refund Alien Zarya, they changed the design on the sleeve of Zarya, removing both of those trophies, trying to separate itself from the player that it was inspired by. And while it's unfortunate they had to remove such a great looking Zarya skin, it's even more unfortunate the events that transpired to get this skin removed. Let's not forget that. But I can at least applaud the Overwatch League for taking such quick action to remove a skin from a game that was inspired by a player that didn't even play the game anymore at that point, and to refund anybody that wanted a refund. Because that can't be said for the rest of these skins on this list, with the exception of this next controversial skin, because how you earn this skin is by watching the Overwatch League. Oh no, I gotta watch the league to earn cosmetics? That's right, you had to watch the 2020 Overwatch League Grand Finals to get the Tracer Grand Finals white skin. Wait, how is this skin controversial? This is just an unoffensive, traditional, white uniform skin for a Tracer. Well, it's not how the skin looks that makes it controversial, but how you obtain it. All you had to do to earn the white Tracer skin along with her gray and mosaic spray was to watch 2 hours total of the Overwatch League Grand Finals. Seems simple enough, right? Well, the first problem arises as to where you watch the Overwatch League Grand Finals, because typically drops took place on Twitch, but now the Overwatch League was exclusively streamed on YouTube. But alright, you just watch the YouTube stream and you get the rewards, right? Wrong. This was before rewards were added onto live streams on YouTube, such as the Overwatch League. So the only way that you could get these rewards was by linking your Blizzard account through the Overwatch League website or the Overwatch League app and watching the grand finals there. Well, that's just simple enough. You download the app and you're good to go. Well, until you realize that the grand finals took place at 6 a.m. You had to wake up at 6 in the morning to watch the grand finals. And I know that's probably the most difficult part about this whole entire drop process, is waking up early. But even if you download the app and you're not a total degenerate, on the day of the grand finals, nobody was able to log into their Overwatch League account to be able to watch the grand finals take place. Hence meaning that they weren't able to earn their rewards. It took almost an hour and a half for the Overwatch League to finally fix their app for people to be able to earn these rewards. But you see, even after that hour and a half issue, the Overwatch League Grand Finals only lasted about 4 hours. Now, luckily, the Overwatch League did change the time limit as to how long you had to watch to earn these cosmetics from 2 hours to half an hour. But at that point, people already moved away from the app and wanted to watch the San Francisco Shock win the Grand Finals. They weren't worried about these stupid cosmetics. They were trying to watch history. And while it is unfortunate that they couldn't figure out all these tech issues and just simply have the drops take place on YouTube, that made the white Overwatch League Tracer skin one of, if not the rarest Overwatch League skin, due to the fact that they never re-released it after the 2020 Grand Finals ever again. And they probably will never release this skin because, well, Tracer has a new Overwatch Classic skin design that if they were to make a white Overwatch League skin for her, they're gonna do it for the Overwatch 2 version. But the final controversial skin coming out of the Overwatch League is controversial because of how it looks, surprisingly. But this is Mei's Melee skin. Now, this was a promotional skin for the Melee tournament that took place in May of 2021 for the hero Mei. Hence the name Mei Melee. It's a cute name skin. Now, while the promo is very cute, the skin itself was maybe not received as cute to some. Now, if you're not very educated when it comes to specific hairstyles inspired by different cultures from around the world, then you might look at this boxing skin and be like, what's so wrong with this Mei skin? And well, the reason why this skin became so controversial is because of the hairstyle that Mei has with this skin, where she's seen sporting cornrows. Or at least this is a combination of cornrows and pigtails. Fact of the matter is, there is an African-American inspired hairstyle given to a hero that is not African-American. And look, this is where it can get very tricky to try to navigate as a white guy, because this is not really my place. It's not my place to try to argue the ethics of a hairstyle given to a non-African-American character. But what I can do with my platform is try to tell you what I've learned when it came to this, but to also have you guys listen to other people that come from different cultures to try to educate you as to why this could be controversial. Because to you, oh, it's just a hairstyle, what's so wrong with that? But from what I learned is that this is another part of a people's culture that is being taken away from them and given it to somebody who it doesn't necessarily belong to. And at that point, this is where it can get extremely controversial beyond Overwatch skins, like in real world situations that I don't feel like is necessarily appropriate with this kind of video. I just need to explain it so that you can understand the context as to why this is controversial. But what I also will say is that the original artist that made this skin, they were probably inspired by one of these Chinese fighters that fights in the UFC strawweight division that goes by the name of Zhang Weili. Hopefully I pronounced that right, but the hairstyle hairstyle that this fighter uses, along with many other MMA fighters, are cornrows due to its functionality, not necessarily because of how it looks. Since they don't want their hair to be caught up in the fight, they want to strap it down so that they can have the best chance to try to win the fight. And that's probably why the hairstyle never changes, because, well, it's mainly due to functionality, because Mei is supposed to be a boxer rather than trying to imitate an African-American woman. And even though people suggested changing Mei's hairstyle to just be a simple ponytail without any cornrows, the skin was left untouched, which was very surprising because I feel like this could have been a simple fix, but also a fix that could not only be a lot more cultural sensitive, but also could just look a lot better, because, well, there's so big gaps within the cornrows. I don't know, man. Look, that's just what happens with controversial skins sometimes, is an uncomfortable conversation happens, and it needs to happen to get a better understanding as to why it could be controversial, but also as to why it was even added in the first place. But hopefully this video not only shine light on the MM-Mei Skin controversy, but other controversial skins released over its years. But until the next controversial skin video, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.